Jai Gurudev. In today's digital world, organizations like ICANN, IETF, W3C, ISOC, and others form the foundation of the internet, but the pressure on those leading them is immense. Can the timeless wisdom of His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji and the practices of the art of living help these global leaders? Jai Gurudev, yes, absolutely. These individuals are not just leading organizations, they are guardians of the internet's nervous system. But the question is, who is taking care of their nervous systems? Sudarshan Kriya, Pranayama, and meditation are the ultimate tools to recharge from within. Gurudev's teachings offer clarity, calmness, and the ability to act without stress. Gurudev's work is rooted in Sanatan Dharma and Vedic wisdom. Leaders of internet governance bodies dealing with massive data and decisions can find grounding through Trikal Sandhya, Gayatri Chapa, and Sandhya Vandanam. These aren't just rituals, they are systems of inner purification that have been practiced for millennia. That's powerful. How would you envision, say, someone from IETF or ISOC actually integrating these? Imagine a global summit on internet governance beginning with a 20-minute Sudarshan Kriya session. Their minds become sharper, decisions more intuitive, communication more harmonious. Gurudev has already taught millions from CEOs to UN officials. These leaders are no exception. They too deserve inner peace. And beyond that, imagine an Upanayam Sanskar, not just as a ritual or rite, but as a spiritual initiation for committed leaders of Dharma, even in tech. Agnikaram performed daily brings purification not just of the air, but of intentions and energy. This is how Vedic principles can blend with the modern responsibility. What about the emotional toll, especially during crises like cyber attacks, misinformation, and digital burnout? This is where Sanyam Sadhana comes in. Gurudev's program, which includes silence, breath, yoga, and deep knowledge. In silence, the mind realigns, and with Shakti Kriya and Seva, the emotional body becomes light, joyful, and resilient. Also, pujas and Huma, specifically and especially the Gayatri Huma and the Rudra Huma, create an aura of divine protection around global servers, teams, and nations. We are not just electrons, we are pranic beings. Vibrations do matter. They can carry Gurudev's wisdom books like Celebrating Silence and Intimate Note to the Sincere Seeker or The Secret of Secrets. These offer practical tools how to deal with criticism, decision making, time management, and above all, finding contentment. The vision is simple dharma in the digital age. Let our technologies be infused with tapas or discipline and shraddha or devotion and shanti or peace. Leaders like Tim Berners-Lee, ICANN directors or IETF chairs can become Vishnu Gurus, world guides, not just through code but through consciousness. That's a beautiful synergy indeed. So the final message is, let bites and breath work together. Let logic be balanced with love. Let governance be rooted in grace. May every server sync with satsang. May every click echo kriya. And may every mind that builds the web of the world first weave the web of inner peace. We have spoken about how Sudarshan Kriya, Upanayanam, and Agnikaram can benefit internet leaders. Let's now explore how each of the seven key organizations ICANN, IETF, W3C, ISOC, IANA, RIRs, and ITU can integrate these tools specifically. Shall we go one by one? Yes, Jai Gurudev. Yes, let's begin with ICAN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. They manage domain names and IP addresses, essentially the identity layer of the internet. Their team deals with immense responsibility across global time zones. For ICANN leaders. Adopting pranayama, Sudarshan Kriya, and Sanyam sadhana can prevent decision fatigue. Gurudev teaches when the breath is calm, the mind is clear. This clarity helps in consensus building and policy making across diverse nations. For ICANN, Gayatri Japa, Sandhya Vandanam, and daily Trikal Sandhya can help maintain purity of thought and intention. Names and numbers affect consciousness even in Vedic traditions. Namani or names are sacred, hence, the energy behind assigning digital names should be sattvic and pure. What about IETF, the Internet Engineering Task Force? IETF designs and maintains protocols like TCP and IP. These are the invisible laws of the internet. Leaders at IETF work through highly technical and collaborative environments. Shakti Kriya and regular meditation can awaken intuition. helping them find creative solutions. And I would suggest Agni Karyam and Upanayam, initiating a few into deeper spiritual discipline. Protocols must be matched with principles, just like fire transforms offerings into divine blessings. The inner fire or Agni transforms technical effort into dharmic contribution. Moving to W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium. W3C standardizes the web, making it accessible and functional. Their work deeply affects human computer interaction, and satsang or sacred gatherings with music and wisdom can inspire heart centered design. Gurudev always says technology without human values is a threat. They can perform Vedic yagyas or fire rituals and recite mantras for clarity, just as W3C ensures semantic structure in web pages. Pujas ensure spiritual alignment in life's architecture. And ISOC, the Internet Society, ISOC focuses on policy, education, and leadership. Their leaders are influencers. For them, daily yoga, Gurudev's wisdom books, and service activities or seva are vital. The true internet is the interconnection of hearts, not just servers. The Gayatri Homa and Chandi Path empower leaders with spiritual strength to stand for justice, digital rights, and equitable access. Let's now look at IANA, the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. IANA oversees IP allocation and protocol assignments. It's highly technical, but even here, daily pranayama and silence retreats or Sanyam sadhana help in decision accuracy. The silence in meditation supports the precision in allocation. Mantras like Om Shrim Harim Klim before key operations can instill sacredness. They can observe Ekadashi fasting, creating lightness in body and mind. And the RIRs, regional internet registries such as APNIC, Asia Pacific Network Information Center, RIR leaders interact with telecom authorities, businesses, and governments. They should embrace seva, mindfulness retreats, and wisdom talks. Gurudev's knowledge of dharma, action, and rest helps balance service and self care. These regions can revive Desi traditions, temple visits, Sanskrit chanting, and community satsangs. When leaders return to their roots, their decision making naturally aligns with the universal harmony. And finally, the ITU, the International Telecommunication Union, a UN body. ITU influences global communication policies. Their leaders would benefit immensely from Gurudev's global peace initiatives, including World Culture Festival and Art of Living's UN programs. Stress melts when connected to a larger purpose. I would encourage them to organize Maharudra Yagyas, Ved Parayans, and spiritual conferences in collaboration with the Vedic scholars. ITU's work shapes the future. Let it be guided by ancient foresight. So, to summarize, if all these internet governance leaders embrace the art of living practices, how would the world change? The digital world would transform from over-connected and under-related to well-connected and deeply human. We would see less burnout, more brilliance, less ego, more empathy, and from Gurudev's vision, a world that is one family, and the foundation of that family would be the union of jnana or wisdom and bhakti and devotion or karma or action and dhyana or meditation. The Vedas, the internet, and the heart would finally work together. From cyberspace to inner peace, let us log into the self. Let every IP address remember its infinite presence. This has been a profound. Now, let's dive a little deeper. Each of these seven bodies, ICANN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, the IETF, the Internet Engineering Task Force, the W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium, ISOC, Internet Society, IANA, Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, RIRs, Regional Internet Registries, and ITU, Internet Telecommunication Union, have people at the helm facing immense pressure. What inner shifts do they need? What they need most is inner resilience and expansion of consciousness. For instance, Gurudev says a strong mind can carry a weak body, but a weak mind can't carry even a strong body. To the chairperson of W3C, Tim Berners-Lee, and others, we recommend a daily practice of Sudarshan Kriya, Sahat Samadhi meditation, and pranayama. These activate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping leaders shift from reaction to response. Absolutely, from the Vedic side, leaders can take up Sandhya Vandanam, Trikal Sandhya, and Gayatri Japa, even if adapted to their time zones. The IETF community, led by people like Lars Egert, can benefit immensely from Upanayam Sanskar and Agni Karyam to deepen their sense of duty or dharma and vision or drishti. What role does satsang and seva play in such high intensity environments? Satsang is not just singing, it's tuning the mind to subtle joy. For someone at ISOC or Internet Society like Andrew Sullivan, the president, regular satsangs infuse lightness and collective harmony even in negotiations. Seva or selfless service, as taught in The Art of Living, keeps ego in check and restores purpose. When people at the helm of global connectivity practice seva through digital literacy campaigns, rural tech outreach, or environmental projects, they align karma action with dharma or purpose. This is yoga karma shu kaushalam, excellence in actions. How about IANA, the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, and RIR's regional internet registries? They deal with very technical and administrative roles. Can these spiritual tools help? Absolutely. For Kim Davies of IANL and leaders like Paul Wilson of APNIC, Asia Pacific Network Information Center, integrating Shakti Kriya, Yoga Nidra, and Gurudev's wisdom sessions improves clarity and reduces mental clutter. The RIR system is like the Panchakosha five-layered existence model, each layer physical, pranic, mental, intellectual, and bliss must be in harmony. Vedantic contemplation, chanting of Vishnu Sahasranama and Agnihotra Homa balance these layers even during high stakes decision making. And finally, for ITU, Internet Telecommunication Union, which sits within the United Nations, what message would you like to give leaders like Doreen Bogdan Martin, the Secretary General? We would invite her and all delegates of ITU to attend a World Culture Festival, the next one, or Global Leadership Forum organized by the Art of Living. Let them experience Shakti Kriya Silence Retreat and read Gurudev's books like an intimate note to the sincere nature. Peace begins in the individual and radiates outwards. The Rig Veda says, let noble thoughts come to us from every side. The ITU must become a beacon for ethical AI, compassionate communication, and digital dharma. For that, they must root themselves in Vedic practices like Sanyam, Nitya Homa, and Guru Ved Vandana. If each of these seven bodies implemented even a few of these practices, what future do you foresee? A world where technology serves the soul, where digital networks mirror interconnectedness, where every domain name is touched by peace, every protocol imbued with presence, and every packet of data pulses with dharma. And where Vedas meet Wi Fi, mantras echo in code, and leaders breathe with awareness, this is not just possible, it is necessary for the future of humanity. Let us not just build a better internet, let us build a more conscious civilization. Thank you both. Let's move toward more practical steps. Suppose we invited all top five leaders of ICANN Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers like Tripti Sinha, Sally Coster-Tunn, Paul Mock-Petrace, Chris Buckridge, and Leon Sanchez to an Art of Living retreat. What might that look like? That's a beautiful question. First, we would invite them to a silence retreat at the Art of Living International Center in Bengaluru. Through guided Sudarshan Kriya, Nadi Shodhan, alternate nostril breathing, and satsang, they will begin to experience a shift from digital overload to inner download. Then comes seva or selfless service, even simple tasks like planting a tree or preparing food in the ashram kitchen. These acts help dissolve stress and promote humility. On the Vedic front, they can witness Agni Karyam daily fire ritual at sunrise and sunset. If they are open, they may even receive a Gayatri Upanayana Diksha, the sacred thread ceremony symbolizing initiation into wisdom and responsibility. Imagine the president of ICANN chanting the Gayatri Mantra before a board meeting. It would carry vibrations of clarity and cosmic order. What about the team at W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium led by Sir Tim Berners-Lee? What Vedic or yogic practice would suit someone who architectured the World Wide Web? For visionary minds like his, the Ashtavakra Gita, as interpreted by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji, is perfect. It speaks of non-duality or Advaita and the infinite self, ideal for someone who created a platform that connects the globe. We would recommend Sanyam Sadhana, a 5-day intensive spiritual retreat, and Shakti Kriya, which helps to solve deep-rooted impressions or samskaras and revive creative intelligence. And from our tradition, we would suggest Sandhya Vandanam, triple daily meditation, and Panchapachra Puja, five elemental worship. To balance their Pancha Mahabhuta or five elements, the web connects minds, these rituals reconnect the soul. That is fascinating. Let's explore IETF, the Internet Engineering Task Force. This community thrives on consensus and cooperation. How can Art of Living help enhance these values? The IETF, with leaders like Lars Egert, often manages complex protocol debates. Sehat Samadhi meditation and breathwater sound BWS workshops could help increase empathy, reduce aggression, and build deeper listening. In high pressure environments, pranayama or breathing techniques literally defracts the mind, like clearing background processes in a server, and cooperation flows naturally when minds are sattvic or pure. Leaders can engage in satsang, chant Vishnu Sahasranama, or perform Ganesha Homa to remove obstacles and promote unity. Even 5 minutes of Gayatri Japa before a meeting can reset the vibration of the space. Let's move to ISOC, the Internet Society, with its policy and advocacy focus. What dharmic principles can guide them? Dharma means that which upholds. The ISOC, with leaders like Andrew Sullivan, can benefit from studying Gurudev's book Celebrating Silence, which has practical dharmic wisdom for modern dilemmas. They can include weekly wisdom circles where staff read and discuss one shloka from the Bhagavad Gita or one page from an intimate note to the sincere seeker, and they can perform Satyanarayan Katha once a month to honor truth or Satya and aligned with Vedic values. Policy becomes powerful when it arises from inner purity and sacred intent. Let's turn to the regional internet registries or RIRs like APNIC, ARIN, RIPEINCC, LACNIC, and AFRINIC. What can you suggest for their culturally diverse leaders? A global harmony retreat bring leaders like Paul Wilson, APNIC, and John Curran, ARIN, together for yoga, meditation, pranayama, and cultural celebrations from across the Vedic tradition. Add to that seva projects like school adoptions, climate awareness, or mobile health camps. This creates shared service experiences that build trust beyond politics. Also, exposure to Sri Rudram chanting and Rishi Suktam and Taittiriya Upanishad recitation can help tune the subtle vibrations of leadership to higher frequencies. Remember, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja, as the leader, so the organization. This is magnificent. Before we wrap up, how can we make this movement of spiritual tech leadership sustainable and scalable? Create a digital peace corps, a global alliance of volunteers trained in AOL techniques who visit these institutions and offer weekly sessions. Also, embed AI based well being prompts into systems, breathe deeply before clicking send. Establish a global Dharma and ethics forum co hosted by VDS, where top tech minds and Vedic scholars co create policies rooted in ancient wisdom and future ethics. One final line from both of you for the internet governance community around the world. Breathe in joy, breathe out stress. Let technology serve humanity, not enslave it. And let Agni or fire and Akasha and space and Atman and soul be your servers. And let Dharma be your operating system. Jai Gurudev.